Oh, it's you. Hi, George.
I see your new script is coming along fine, Dan.
And why are you laughing?
This is some mighty funny stuff.
George, it's supposed to be a serious piece, George.
Oh.
It's all right, George. That's why I'm throwing it away.
I'm sorry, Dan, but, this is some mighty funny material. I mean, maybe you're just not cut out to be a serious writer.
You really are a comfort. You know that, George?
Well, I'm sorry, Dan, but I mean...
Beginning to see you more and more often, aren't I?
Yes. Now, why do you suppose that is?
I really don't know. I only wish you were a little less real. Then I could deal with you. I've never created a truly human character in my life. You're the first.
You still think you created me, don't you, Dan?
That's just it. I couldn't have created you. You're too real.
You underestimate yourself, Dan.
I just can't make you understand. Listen to me, calling you George. Funny, isn't it? I've never been on a first-name basis with my own mind before.
A few of us have, Dan.
Oh, what do you know? You're just a figment of an overactive imagination and a definite indication of paranoid schizophrenia.
Who are you calling a figment?
You. George, wait, I'll show you. You remember that script I was working on last month, the one with the 2 Elizabethan characters?
Yeah?
Watch.
Wow. Hey, I gotta hand it to you, Dan. Great imagination. What happened?
Don't you see? I can't help it. All my characters are caricatures. They aren't genuine. They don't last. You're the only one I ever made who lasted, and I still can't figure out why.
Oh, that's easy. You wanted a companion, so you created me. You needed me to stay, so you made me stay.
But am I dreaming you, or are you really here, or am I really here? Oh, God.
Poor guy. He really needs me. See you tomorrow, Dan.
Thou art the dawn of each impatient day.
Thou art the dawn of each impatient day that thrusts itself upon the sleeping land and calls all life to throw world's cares away and dream upon the joys surrounding man.
Thou art the sunset with its fiery blaze, of which no mortal man can voice the awe, that holds one's breath in some strange, deathly daze, and doth command all earthly forms to pause.
Thou art the twilight, bearing starry spheres, that clear proclaim the time for all to rest, and throw away worldly cares and fears, and dream of days to come on night's sweet rest.
The hearts of man view thee in heavens above.
Thou art undefiled.
Thou art undefinable.
Thou art...
What's the matter?
I don't know. I seem to have forgotten what comes next.
Jesus Christ, your next line is... It's... What are you doing?
Giving up. Hello? You all might as well flip to something else now. There doesn't seem to be any reason for continuing.
Are you crazy? We're not even supposed to know they're there.
Why not? They are, unless they tune away.
We haven't finished. It just doesn't seem right.
Why? They wanted to see us, and we failed. Why shouldn't they switch to something else? I'm sure Netflix must have something fun.
We haven't finished. They can't tune away.
No, I don't believe that.
There's got to be more to it.
What?
Well, they tuned in to see an online production.
Yeah, well, does this look like a production to you?
No, you screwed it up.
I know. So click to something else. Hello?
We can't.
Why the hell not?
There hasn't been a fade out or a credit roll.
She has a point. But who's running the camera?
Oh. Well, it must be a remote. There's nobody here. And it won't turn off.
Let me try. You're right.
You mean we're trapped?
Now, don't panic. I mean, I'm sorry, but does anybody out there in the cloud have any ideas?
Maybe if someone yelled, "Fire!"
What would that accomplish?
Well, it's supposed to be the quickest way to get people to panic and run.
It's worth a try.
Fire!
Fire!
It didn't work.
Maybe if we were to,
You shut up. Let's look at this thing logically. Who are we?
Well, I'm a man.
No, but I mean, what is your real name?
That's it.
That's impossible.
Why? All right, what's your name?
Why, it's I can't remember.
All right, what's your character name?
A woman.
That's just as absurd as mine.
I know. Let's try something else. Where are we?
In an online production.
Which one?
I don't know. Let's ask them.
I beg your pardon. Witnesses? Attendees? Audience? Can you tell me the name of this thing you're watching?
It's incomplete.
No, but what's its name?
That's it.
That's ridiculous. How do you know?
Well, that's what it says in the YouTube online guide.
The guide. That's it. Lady, quick. Tell me, who does the guide say we are?
Just a minute, I'll look. It says a man and a woman.
No names?
I'm afraid not.
That's no help.
No, but there's something interesting here.
What?
There's no director listed, or producer, no designers, and no technical credits of any kind.
What about a writer?
It says incomplete. A short online excursion by Daniel L. Patterson.
Well, it's comforting to know we have an author anyway.
But nothing else.
I wonder.
What?
Just a moment.
Can any of you out there figure this out?
is this a show or isn't it?
That's just exactly what it is.
I'm not really enjoying this.
I'm really not enjoying it. I'm switching off.
I'm afraid you can't do that.
What?
You're welcome to try, but I'm afraid you'll find it's useless.
You're crazy. This whole thing is crazy. Hey, this button is broken.
I'm afraid it's more than just broken.
What do you mean?
We are trapped here. You can't turn it off. We're trapped by somebody's mind.
What are you talking about?
Don't you see it? You, me, them. We aren't people. We are characters, conceived in the imagination of a writer, and as such, we are confined to the limits of this medium. Only something's gone wrong with this one.
Yes, you forgot your lines.
No, it's more than that. There were no more lines to remember. Can't you see it? I'm not an actor, I'm a character. And so are you and all of you. And that's why we can't remember our names.
Then the reason why there are no credits listed in the guide is because of the fact that this is not a show in production. It's a show in creation.
Just a minute. If you're not people, but characters, why aren't you involved in some kind of story, with conflict and plot?
Very good question. What, did you took a class or something? Don't you see? There's something terribly wrong here. We are characters of a show without a show. We have no life outside of this. We are not complete.
But what about me?
What's your name?
It's,
Can't remember?
no.
Well, what's the guide say? What comes after the list of characters?
It says, voices from the internet.
It's too funny.
What's the matter?
They're characters too.
No!
She fainted.
Oh my God!
She just tried to go to the bathroom, but I can't. Let's go.
Hey, I can get out.
Call the police!
The phones don't work.
What was that? What just happened?
That's strange. You usually get a break like that in a show for a commercial,
Or a scene break.
Yeah, but there's usually something different after a scene break.
Or at least a new character enters.
I don't seem to see any new people.
Well, good Lord!
Who are you?
Well, that's a rather stupid question. Haven't you already figured out who you are?
Yes, we are characters in this online excursion show.
Well, so am I. You've no monopoly, you know. But who I am or what the show is quite beyond me.
You're a cave woman!
Well, you do have a flair for understatement, don't you, my dear?
And as for what show you're in, I should think that should be quite obvious. You're in this show.
Oh, no, I don't think it appropriate to assume that this is indeed a show.
Then what is it?
A poorly conceived situation.
Poorly conceived.
Well, yes. You see, Aristotle calls a theatrical event an imitation of action, which is of a certain magnitude with a beginning, middle, and end, which is whole and complete. And, well, as you can see...
We are incomplete.
Hey, that's our title.
Quiet.
Quite.
But why are you dressed like that?
Another fine question, but not for me. Rather, a question I think that we should direct to our writer.
Oh, the writer.
But where is he?
And who is he?
We already know his name. It's in the YouTube online guide.
Oh, yes.
Ah, yes, the ubiquitous online guide. Did anyone out there print it out?
Yes, I did. I can never remember names. But how do I show it to you?
Simple, just hold it up to your screen. If I'm correct in my analysis, there'll be no fourth wall problems here. Oh yes, there I am, cave woman. I scarcely feel that I fit the image.
And maybe we're a comedy.
I doubt it. Although I think I see a connection.
Really? What?
We all seem to have something wrong with us.
We're supposed to be Elizabethans, only right now I feel more like a yard sale for discarded characters.
Yes, indeed. If we are characters in this fictional show, though not a Creator Award winner, I'd wager, then we must have some purpose or intention.
Unless the writer is downright crazy.
And we seem always to return to the writer, for it is he who gave birth to us.
Not gave, is giving, for if this is a fiction or a play in creation, then what is happening is being created, even as it happens, in the mind of the writer.
Yeah, judging by all this, he must be a pretty crappy one.
By Jove!
What?
I've got it!
What?
The YouTube online guide. We can tell what's going to happen.
We can?
Yes, by seeing if we are the only characters or if we're to be joined.
Wait a moment. Is it the guide an element of production?
Well, in a sense, yes.
But this isn't a production.
Well, no, but the writer included a guide in our excursion, so in a sense, it's an element of production.
Oh.
That's as clear as a cloud.
And the writer uses nice alliteration.
That was my alteration.
But you are merely a mouthpiece for the writer.
Damn. I don't like being a character.
Oh, yes, especially without a story. Why couldn't we be something like Masterpiece Theater?
Or trifles.
The classic online theatrical production.
Or Hamlet. Shakespeare. At least then we'd have lives of real character.
Let's come back to the point.
Which is?
The online guide.
I'm confused.
Me too.
Oh, shut up! You're just a watcher, remember?
He's right. The YouTube online guide. Incomplete. A short online excursion by Daniel L. Patterson. Well, that tells us a great deal, actually. Our theme is incompleteness, a fact which we've had ample opportunity to observe.
And even more importantly, we are an online thing, an excursion. What's that?
That seems to betray an attitude. As if the writer thought that his or our excursion wasn't a show in the conventional sense.
You can say that again.
I said that.
Through him.
Damn, he really takes all the fun out of it.
And we have a writer with a name.
Go on, read some more.
Characters in order of creation. Dan, the writer. George.
Then we're not the first ones.
And we aren't alone.
But where are they?
Go on.
A man in Elizabethan dress. A woman in Elizabethan dress. Voices from the internet. Cave woman. And a mysterious figure.
That's all?
Then that means we have 3 more characters to meet.
Well, not necessarily, because 2 of the characters were created before us, and one of them was the writer. We might never meet them.
I'd like to meet that writer.
Why?
I'd like to show him some dramatic punch.
Oh, so you're anti-religious.
What the hell does that mean?
Perhaps you're suicidal to boot.
I think you'd better explain that.
Would you kill God?
Of course not, assuming there is one.
But you would kill your creator, the writer.
I hadn't thought about that.
Well, think about it now.
There's something else.
Yes?
If we are only characters in his online excursion, well, that means that we only exist in the mind of the writer, a reader or an audience if produced. And since we are not yet a complete excursion, well, that means we're only alive as long as it lives in his mind. And if anything should happen to distract him,
Such as killing him.
we will die.
I want to live.
I don't want to die.
Calm down.
Miss Cave Woman,
Just call me woman.
that's my name.
Oh, very well. Cave woman.
Anyway, how do you know we would die?
Because it follows that a thought is not a thought unless it's thought, and we're thoughts.
If a tree falls in the forest,
Precisely.
then there's only one hope.
And that is?
If we are being recorded in some way.
You mean like written down?
Or digitally recorded. But it's our only hope.
Yes, yes.
But it's a thin one.
Why?
Well, because we have no way of knowing if we are a spiral trail of thoughts in a dreaming mind, or a trail of ink on a page, or a collection of photons and electrons in an ether.
Where is all this getting us?
Nowhere.
No, indeed. But we have no choice. We have no will of our own.
I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it.
Neither do I.
We have no proof.
Right. Because if our wills are controlled by someone else, then what seems to be original thought to us is not really ours.
We're puppets.
I'm afraid you're right.
Why are you all out there staring at us? Doesn't any of this bother you?
They have no choice. They're just an audience, watchers, voices, really, so designated by the author. They have no more will of their own than we do, and he's decided that they had to sit and watch.
It scares me.
Why?
I just can't bring myself to accept this. I don't know what's real.
It's hard, but it's the basis of religion.
Are you going to start on that again?
Predestination, an omnipotent, all-powerful creator. God.
Then the writer is the god of the medium, the ether, the net.
One can only speculate.
But why has this never happened before? This limbo.
It has happened. Every time a person sits down in front of a computer or a typewriter or a blank scroll, you still can't seem to accept the fact that this is like a video. Only a video, which has chosen to defy convention, which itself is not a very original idea.
I want to be alive. And if this is a semblance of what it's like to be alive...
But you forget that this video is a semblance of reality too. You like being alive as a character, but you don't like the show.
That's for sure.
Well, what makes you think that real life is any better than this?
All the world's a stage, and the people in it merely players.
Or to the contrary, all the world's a TV show, and the people in it merely Beverly Hillbillies.
Do you really think that life is that shallow and restricted?
No! It's far shallower because it's much less selective, less highly condensed, less restricted. But that very restriction is intense and vibrant and alive. You know, in a real person's life, there are only a handful of moments which are worthy of the net, but our electronic lives are more full, more compact, more interesting. I would rather flare and explode with the intensity of a character than smolder along as a mere personality.
A personality?
The real-life counterpart of a character, which takes far more time to develop and is much less interesting in its very diffuseness.
Then you don't want to be alive?
But I am alive. This life, which was created in the mind of a real person, is much more exciting than a real life. And this writer, he's a true genius to make me live so fully in such a short span of time. For we will die or cease to exist when he's through with us, but I don't care.
But not if he writes us down.
No, use your head. Our real and complete lives only exist in the mind of the writer. Once we are written, we become twisted and contorted in somebody else's mind.
I don't care what you say. I want to live, and not in this intellectual discussion.
What happens when a character is not satisfied with his character? That's the root of the problem. For our writer is no Serling, Sorkin, or Shakespeare. He's failed to supply us with an adequate vehicle for our characters.
I don't know. I can't stand much more of this confusion. There's got to be a way out.
A tragic flaw. Impatience. There's only one way out.
What is it?
Now, everything we've said here is mere conjecture. Suppose I'm wrong. Suppose when a writer creates a character, he's able to do so in such a way that it will live forever, however diffuse.
Sorkin?
Shakespeare. We certainly can't hope for that now, can we? Oh. There's only one hope for a life of our own. A life that I'm not sure I really want.
What is it?
If we were somehow able to meet our creator and destroy him.
What? But earlier you said
I know I might have been wrong. There may be a way.
Is it even possible?
Only if the writer wills it, consciously or subconsciously. And there's the rub. If we do constitute part of his subconscious, if there's any suicidal tendency, then we should know. But if we could kill him...
we would know if we were right or wrong.
And the difference would be the difference between life and death.
The odds are against us.
Why?
Well, first, the likelihood that we could destroy him, and second, the possibility that we'd end up destroying ourselves. You see, it's rather like trying to kill God to see if he exists.
And if he doesn't?
Then we'd be free.
Whatever freedom means.
A scene break, and that means...
I think we are about to meet our maker.
Shall we try it?
I think we have no choice.
How right you are.
If you think we are.
Ooh, clever.
Thank you.
Why thank him? It was his thought.
So it was. Thank me.
You're welcome.
Well, this is an occasion, isn't it? The writer meeting his characters face to face.
It's rather like schizophrenia, isn't it?
God, I really am being smart tonight, aren't I?
I never could stand a man who liked to pat himself on the back.
Quite right, my thoughts exactly.
So why'd you do it?
Oh, come now, you can't expect consistency from a real person.
How true.
The levels of this thing are absolutely staggering.
I wonder if this has ever happened before. A writer flowing into a work through his own pen?
I believe Pirandello tried it.
How did you know that?
Because you do.
I wonder if I made you just a little too smart.
I'm confused.
Me too.
Yes, part of me is too.
What I don't understand is how you can hold a conversation as though you were two different people.
May I answer that?
Oh, please.
Because what you have here is basically a consciousness talking to a subconscious.
Huh?
Unconsciously, of course.
You have a strange mind.
Yes, but at least I admit it. It's through you, of course.
I give up. I'll never understand it.
Look, Dan, what is the purpose of them?
Why, simply to make everyone wonder what is real and what isn't.
But if we question what is real, that means you question what is real.
Yeah, so?
Isn't that insanity?
Only if you take it seriously.
Don't you?
No. Do you?
Yes.
This is not possible. How can you have different opinions being the same person?
He has a point.
Are you sure you're our writer?
Well, yes, who else would I be?
Prove it.
God, all right. What do you want me to do?
Give us our freedom from you.
If I did that, I'd only be proving I didn't create you. Well, you depend on me for your existence. And if I removed that dependency, you wouldn't exist. And I'd be in the loony bin.
I can explain it.
The one with all the answers.
Is there some symbolism there?
I have been accused of that from time to time.
Please. The reason you can have a different point of view is because the writer or creator wishes you to.
But I'm the creator.
I don't think so.
What?
You, like us, exist in the world of the ether as a representative of the creator. But even you are not completely him because even he is unable to express his complete essence.
Are you saying I'm not myself?
You should know.
But I don't.
Well, then maybe I'm right. The writer is fallible. Do you you question your existence?
Are you trying to confuse me?
Are you trying to confuse yourself?
Oh, I get it. You're testing me, trying to drive me to distraction. You see, I know your plans because I created you.
How could we possibly destroy you?
By driving me insane.
Do you fear insanity?
No.
Well, you must, or you wouldn't have made yourself ask that question. I'm beginning to wonder about your discrepancies.
And I'm beginning to see your weaknesses.
But if you hurt me, you'll only be hurting yourselves.
Do you really believe that?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Is it time?
Yes.
I agree. If he is our creator, he's as incomplete as we are. The only way we'll ever know is by trying.
Don't touch me. I order you. I can't die because I don't want to die. I control you. You can't kill me. You have no will but mine.
He's afraid!
So am I.
That's not a good sign.
Go ahead, try it. It's impossible. It'd be like trying to kill God. The only way to do that is to deny belief in him.
That's it!
What?
A bad writer doubts himself. We have a weapon.
But you'll die with me.
We don't believe in you.
We don't believe in you.
We don't believe
We don't
in
believe in
We
you.
don't believe in you.
We don't believe in
We don't believe in you. We don't believe in you. We don't believe in you.
We're still alive.
It's a miracle!
Oh my God, no!
What's the matter?
We're still here.
What do you mean?
We are still here and they are still there.
But don't you see what this means? We're free. Characters can have a separate existence outside of creation. Once created, we live forever.
But only in the world of the creation.
No! He's dead! These thoughts are our thoughts.
But this world is still his. We live on and so does his world. We're trapped here.
No!
No, there's something wrong. There's got to be something more to it.
Yes, you're right. There is more to it. A true creation must die with the creator. Only a distorted image can live on. The reason you did not die with him is the reason that Dan can live again. You see? He is not your creator. I am.
George?
Oh, no! I'm melting!
I was right.
But shit!
Why are you all applauding? I get it. You still think you're real. That's so cute.